What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update as we're now seeing the biggest backfire of them all, coming for all those on the left, those corrupt and rogue justices who came after Donald Trump with this weaponization of our Department of Justice system, in all these charade cases. We're now seeing this newest update, that very weapon that they used against Donald Trump, flipping and turning against them, guys. I'm excited to get an update, see exactly what's going on here, how the left is finally paying for their actions against Donald Trump. So we get straight to the clip and I'll get my thoughts on the back end, guys. So definitely stick around till the end. So I just get my thoughts on the back end, and also YouTube pushes this video out. Definitely stick around until the end, you guys. But let's get straight to the update. Before we even do that though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Jack Smith had the perfect plan. They thought it would all work, that all they had to do is indict Trump, throw him in all these different lawsuits, and the polls would turn. Biden would be saved. Other than that, didn't happen. And this is going to be the greatest backfire in MSNBC history. They think they're going to get a certain answer, and they go out and ask people on the out in public, and it didn't go the way that they thought it would. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are, because the Democrats, they had a plan and it backfired.
Are they being impacted by this trial? Are they paying close attention? And what impact might a guilty verdict have on their decision to support the former president?
So this is the latest reasoning that we've heard also from The View, where they go, Trump going to court didn't, may not have impacted him. They came out with, remember Fonnie Willis had the mug shot, ended up becoming the most explosive icon, one of the biggest selling t-shirts, in Trump history. Well, they said, fine, he has all these indictments, has these court cases, everyone's laughing now, but if he gets indicted, if he's actually found guilty, then they'll all turn on him. That's what all of the polls said, and that's what The View said. So they went out and asked these people, what do you say?
Do each of you support Donald Trump?
I do.
Yes. Yes for all three of you? Yes. Has this trial changed your opinion, even caused you to waver or question that at all?
No, it's actually caused me to support him more.
Yeah, it changed my opinion. It made me support him even more. Now imagine, they did not expect that answer. That wasn't the answer that anyone expected. And I listen to Never Trumpers out of Washington, D.C. You guys know I do my homework. All of the opinion goes, well, let's not jump to conclusions, guys. There's Americans that just flat out, they will not support a felon, or if Trump's in jail or whatever. That's changing, because Trump ended up winning that marketing strategy, winning over a public opinion. People only don't want to support a felon if they think he's a legit felon. But the people's opinion now is starting to come home and go, no, he's not a legit felon. This is government overreach. And people fear a corrupt, evil, totalitarian government more than they fear say a jerk like Trump. Which one is scarier to you? Trump is not scary. The government is scary.
I just don't believe there's a coincidence that we have a trial happening in Atlanta. We have one happening in New York. So the question people are beginning to ask themselves, like I did, is like, why now?
Common sense. Democrats didn't think people would ever put it together that these 5 court cases come after Trump decides to run, and logic just puts it together. What do all 5 of these have in common? The timing. It's not hard. And your human mind, that's just logic filling in a gap going, what's missing? Now, the Democrats thought they could pull off saying, all 5 came because he just happened to be guilty of all 5 at once. The problem is some of these cases, and Stormy Daniels reach back to 2008. Many of these charges of what Trump did or didn't do on his property values, on E. Jean Carroll, goes back to an assault somewhere in the 90s, which she can't even remember. So people can't remember dates. They're all old. The one thing that wraps them all up in common is they all came to a head after he announced he ran for president, and the people are smart. They're figuring it out.
It's pretty much everybody says they're picking on him. You know, people were tired of going after him, and you see it in so many areas.
They're getting tired, see it in so many areas, because remember, these court cases are just the new form of going after him. Remember, they used to always go after him in the media when it was like 92% negative coverage on Trump.
They never covered anything that he did that was positive. Anything had some negative spin on it.
I can't even think of a single positive story that the news has ever even said about Trump. And so again, the people are starting to see through it. They're going, is he really that bad? Or the media has been lying to us. Now you got the counter example of that would be Biden, who really is that bad. And the media comes out and does a complete cover for him, right? They're saying like the border is secure. The economy is doing fine, and people are starting to come around and going, you know what? I think I'm being played now.
It's really not a big issue in the party. Actually, they're really making everybody mad, and they look at a big bully, and the government is the bully.
And that's what came out as the government exposed itself as a big bully. Instead of it being they're legit in their cases against Trump, no, they're illegit. And this is exactly the kind of stuff that people fear. Remember, this is the Republican Party. They're supposed to be the tough on crime party. So if Trump is a criminal, then the Republican Party should be extra angry at him, but they're not. They're going, you know, individuals aren't the only criminals in the world. There's all kinds of corrupt governments too.
This is going to be your first time casting a ballot. What is it for you?
But he still hasn't given up. He keeps fighting to do what's right.
And here Trump's tenacity actually comes in his favor, where people keep saying, the rhinos kept going like, when's he going to back down? When's he going to go away? Time to go home and go away. And he keeps fighting, and the youth find inspiration in that. And I think that's a good message to them too. Sometimes the whole world is against you and you keep fighting. That's something Trump taught us.
I've talked to many people who formerly identified as a Democrat. They have changed their political persuasion to independent, and they are looking forward to voting for Trump.
Yeah, and we've been tracking these Democrats all through the weeks also, including in Hollywood. The Democrats are losing their grip on the traditional Democrats, especially among minority males.
Because now they find something in common with the political candidate at that level.
When you say they find commonality, what is that commonality?
They have felt persecuted by the system of American injustice.
And who doesn't feel like at some point they've cut against the justice? By the way, all of us are guilty, probably of a felony at some point, just on how we do our taxes. The government, they've created so many laws now that just by you walking around and existing, you're probably a lawbreaker. So now what are you going to do if they ever call you to task? Like we've seen them selectively choose Trump. They can selectively go after any of us now over any of the trivial laws they've created. They will not go after their own, because you've seen Hunter Biden get a pass. We already know what the parties will do to cover up for their own. And they go after a political opponent. It'd be very easy for you and I to go to jail, given what we've seen happen to Trump.
And it's not a stretch for them to think that Trump may be a victim as well.
Poor Trump, the victim. And I love that too. They went from saying he's a martyr and he's a fake victim to him being a real victim.
People see that there's some kind of commonality between himself and maybe all the black men that have been incarcerated and the families that have been impacted by black male incarceration here.
Democrats made the biggest mistake of their lives in making poor black jailed prisoners and criminals relate to Trump, a billionaire. Imagine that, an elite New York billionaire. And yet the people look at him and go, there's something about that guy that I can relate to. That's pretty amazing. Think of the distance between like Romney and his money and the average person, where he just seems so snobby and white. Trump feels more like the guy in New York that could relate to the guy welding the girder, you know, and the doorman, being kind to the doorman, and not so much the jet set snobby elite. Trump eats Big Macs. He's not going to ever fit in with the cool kids in Hollywood.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. For those of you who want to go over there and check that out. Also, you guys to go over there and show our friend Doug a bit of love. Oh my goodness, guys. I am surprised that MSNBC even allowed that clip to hit the airwaves. I mean, come on now, with the amount of slander that we just seen on Joe Biden's name and the promotion of Donald Trump's name live on their platform, guys, you would have thought they would scrap that clip and tossed it right out, never to be aired. But no, they put it out there, guys. This is how you know the left are finally dropping that sheet, dropping that blanket that was in front of their, the viewers' eyes, to say that Donald Trump is this bad man, big bad orange guy, and Joe Biden is the guy who's going to come in with his cape and save the day. It's finally, they're letting you see the truth and letting their viewers make a decision. And it's about time, guys. Over half of their viewership, half of their audience have jumped ship already because of the lies, that they've spread out there, all that projection and gaslighting that they've, fed to their audience. They've had enough of it. They've been far too fed up a long time ago. And I think MSNBC is trying to get back on their audience's good side. This clip interviewing a wide range of voters, different backgrounds, demographics, guys, definitely showed exactly where the support for Donald Trump is coming and why it is coming. The first guy, older gentleman, is definitely letting you know that we're seeing straight through these cases, the timing of them all. And we've been saying that since the beginning too. The timing of these cases has been way too convenient, one after one after one. And it all came because Donald Trump announced that he was running for 2024 presidency, guys. As soon as he made that announcement is when they started, releasing case after case, charade case after charade case. And it just was way too convenient for this not to all be set up. And then we had the younger gentleman who spoke for the youth when he said, I admire the way that Donald Trump does not back down in the face of, this monstrous challenge against the machine that is, the weaponized state that's been coming after him. And, he hasn't backed down. He hasn't shown any signs that he's going to give up, drop out of this fight anytime soon. So that just, I feel like for the younger crowd, I can relate definitely the tenacity of Donald Trump, his will to win. It's unmatched. I'll say that right now. It's unmatched. And just because of that, his, fight for America, because we can't forget this fight isn't for, Donald Trump versus Joe Biden, or, simply Donald Trump versus the state that's, Joe Biden is bringing on, against him because he's coming, for that seat as presidency. No, guys, this is Donald Trump, standing in the way of this machine that's trying to get to us. And that's the point that I believe the last lady was trying to make, when she said a lot of more young folks and minorities, especially minority males, can relate with Donald Trump, where they feel like they've been targeted or a victim of, this weaponized state, Department of Justice, just coming after them, and they haven't done anything wrong, and they could see that inside of Donald Trump and see themselves in Trump and kind of relate in a sense. And that's why he's getting so much support just all around the board. These cases are the icing on the cake, and that's why we're seeing MSNBC, breaking down their whole curtain just dropped live on air as they aired out a clip of, a wide demographic of voters absolutely trashing Joe Biden and creating a very positive platform for Donald Trump right there on MSNBC, home of TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. Oh my goodness, guys. Someone's definitely getting fired behind this one, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this one, guys. We just seen MSNBC dropping the curtain live on air. Definitely hop in the comment section, guys, and let me know your thoughts on this one. Why is MSNBC no longer, covering up for Joe Biden? There's no more placation for this guy, Joe. They're simply just letting the truth air out in this latest clip, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button for me. Hit that share button and share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible. You guys share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. It doesn't cost one thing. Hit that like button for your boy. And also hit that subscribe button, guys. So we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next week.